Your agent looks at the living room you've spent years making your own and tells you to essentially erase your life from it. It's frustrating. You're already packing up and preparing for a move. Investing time and money to redecorate a house you're actively trying to exit feels counterintuitive. Staging functions as visual marketing, designed to move a financial asset, distinct from the personal goals of interior decorating. Today's buyers are scrolling past dozens of listings a day. They suffer from high cognitive load. They need spaces that require zero mental effort to understand. This split-screen comparison illustrates the difference. On the left, a highly personalized room forces the buyer to process your daily life. The family photos and excess furniture demand mental energy, creating friction and overwhelming the buyer. On the right, the eye gets to rest. With a neutral setup, the buyer instantly processes the actual square footage and the architectural value of the space. In competitive areas like southeastern Massachusetts, buyers have been conditioned by digital media. They expect properties to feel calm, intentional, and instantly move-in ready the moment they click the listing. We are going to evaluate the specific staging strategies that actually provide a measurable return on investment and outline the exact trade-offs you have to make for each. Successful staging requires you to intentionally sacrifice your personal taste and daily convenience to maximize online click-throughs and secure the highest possible sale price. The first strategy is the shift towards soft, neutral palettes. This means utilizing warm whites, sandy beiges, and gentle grays. This requires moderate upfront cost and physical labor. You have to paint over heavily personalized, brightly colored, or dark rooms. The market outcome is clear. Neutral rooms photograph larger and brighter, which directly drives more online clicks and increases physical showing activity. The trade-off is that while you live in the home during the listing period, the space may temporarily feel sterile or devoid of your family's personality. This quadrant chart maps the return on investment for our staging tactics based on their financial and physical requirements. Applying a neutral palette plots right here. It is a moderate cost input that yields a high market impact. Neutralizing paint is the foundational step of staging. An uncomplicated backdrop is the most reliable way to boost your online presence and invite buyer interest. The second strategy is minimal, purposeful styling, utilizing clean lines and clutter-free surfaces. To achieve this, you must box up at least 50% of your daily decor, personal items, and excess furniture. Minimal styling guides the buyer's eye directly to the actual size of the room. It makes the home appear competent and meticulously maintained. This creates extreme friction for you. You must essentially live out of boxes and sacrifice your daily comfort to maintain a showroom appearance for strangers. Looking back at our ROI matrix, we can evaluate where aggressive decluttering falls. Decluttering plots out with a low financial cost, though it requires high sweat equity, and a high market impact. Aggressive decluttering is the most financially efficient staging tactic available. You trade your daily convenience directly for perceived square footage and buyer confidence. The final and most advanced strategy is lifestyle staging. This moves beyond simple cleaning and focuses on specific functional moments. The input here requires creating clear vignettes in ambiguous spaces. That means turning an empty corner into a dedicated work-from-home setup, or staging a sunroom as a tidy morning coffee nook. When a room has a clear purpose, it removes the imagination gap that causes buyers to hesitate. Eliminating that hesitation is what transforms a casual viewer into an emotional bidder. A recent Cape Cod seller used this to solve the problem of a small sunroom. By staging it with light wood accents and natural textures, it became a peaceful morning retreat rather than just a narrow, enclosed porch. Buyers responded specifically to that feeling of comfort, leading to multiple offers within days. The trade-off is capital. This strategy requires renting specific staging furniture or buying new items, making it the highest financial input of the three. Let's plot our final evaluation on the matrix. Lifestyle staging lands in the high-cost, very high-impact quadrant because it effectively converts a buyer's aspirational routine into a premium offer. While lifestyle staging requires a premium financial investment, it pays off by elevating a buyer's response from mere interest to an emotional, top-dollar offer. The right staging strategy depends entirely on your available capital and your emotional readiness. This matrix outlines action plans for distinct seller profiles. For the sweat equity seller, skip new furniture and focus entirely on aggressive decluttering and fresh paint. If you are the premium seller, invest in professional lifestyle staging with hyper-local aesthetics to secure top offers. If you are the emotionally attached seller, you have to remember that the discomfort of erasing your personality from the home is a temporary, necessary trade-off. Once the for sale sign is in the ground, the house transitions into a product competing for market share. Trend-savvy staging works because it removes the friction of imagination for the buyer. Navigating these trade-offs effectively requires hyper-local guidance. If you are preparing to list in southeastern Massachusetts, reach out to Lou Corcoran at Better Living Real Estate to ensure your staging investments align perfectly with what buyers are paying premiums for today.